you can't control. Running wild, can't calm down. My head is in the clouds. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We gotta party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. Before I'm thinking that you feel like this, make me feel like this. We gotta party for a lifetime. Oh, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. And we don't care about the bad nights. Before I'm thinking that you feel like this, make me feel like this. I'm on my last straw. I'm broken and I'm woken up. I'm done feeding your lies. I've had enough. I can't run your place in this faulty game. And all the words you speak mean nothing more to me. 'Cause let's start over now. Rewind. And I won't let you go. I need you by my side. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow.
Thursday. Favorite hit the thumbs up button.
You ask me how we got here, 'cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries as we'll fall now. Let's take it slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow, who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. I drag you out your mind, and there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And now we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Slow, who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow, who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me.
Well, hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy Memorial Day weekend. Thank you all. Thank you all. Wow. How's everyone doing out there? Today is May 23rd, 2024. It is 5:30 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Summer Moon Utah Wells was a 5-year-old little girl from Rogersville, Tennessee. She disappeared June 15th, 2021, under mysterious circumstances that left everyone, the community, authorities, baffled. The case quickly garnered national attention, with various law enforcement agencies, including the FBI, getting involved. The FBI CARD team, Child Rapid Deployment CARD team. Despite extensive search efforts and numerous investigative leads, Summer remains missing. June 15th, 2024 will be her 3 years that she has been missing, and it still remains a mystery to this day. The day Summer went missing started like any other for her. She was reportedly last seen playing outside her family's home in the Beach Creek community. Her mother, Candace Bly, claimed she had briefly gone inside the house to help Summers. It was actually a camper to help Summers' grandmother fix a knee brace, and upon returning, found Summer had vanished. Just she was just gone, is what she used, how she used it. The brief moment of not keeping her eye on Summer, within 2 to 5 minutes, she claimed that Summer was just gone. Summer's disappearance prompted a massive search operation. Local law enforcement, aided by volunteers from the community, scoured the dense woods and rough terrain surrounding her home. Drones, helicopters, canine units were deployed. Yet, despite these extensive efforts, no trace of Summer has ever been found to this day. Very thick vegetation, you're in the Appalachian Mountains, hindered the search efforts, complicating the rescue and search mission. In addition to ground searches, investigators have conducted numerous interviews with family members, neighbors, potential witnesses. Summer's parents, Candace Bly and Don Wells, have been at the center of media attention. Both parents have made several public appearances for their daughter's hopefully safe return, maintaining their innocence and expressing their frustration with the ongoing investigation and social media. They have been not so much on social media, probably the last 6 months or so, but the first 2 to 2.5 years, it was a shit show, to put it mildly. The case also was highlighted on. There was a piece done by Dr. Phil. He did a show on missing Summer Wells. Social media obviously played a huge role in keeping Summer Moon Utah Wells' face in the public eye. But 3 years later, we are no closer to finding Summer than we were on the fateful day of June 15th, 2021. So, it is very sad. Is any of you going to be at the vigil coming up on the third year of Summer's disappearance? Let me know. I will be in Tennessee. This will be the third year. It's been insanity, craziness when it comes to Sebastian Rogers' case. Never thought it could get any crazier than Summer Wells, and we were proved wrong again. And Summer, nobody's really been talking about Summer that much lately. And I get it. We've obviously have to keep Summer's face out, but there's others that needs our attention as well. Summer plays a huge role in many of us YouTubers and different social media that, she's just a very special person. Little sweetheart. I think, Summer's kind of like, I don't care like what part of, if you think the Wells are innocent, if you think they're guilty, I think everyone wants Summer home, wants Summer found. I think it would be nothing more than a major miracle that if she was found today alive, that would be quite something else. I do not think Summer is alive at this point. Um, don't think so at all. Um, so I will be down in Tennessee for the vigil. This was the first interview that Don and Candace did. I wanted to go over just down memory lane for those of you and us that are close to this case. It's kind of like, Memorial Day weekend, and YouTube's a little slow right now. And I thought we could just chill and watch some of this in the meantime. They haven't looked for Summer Wells as long as they are looking for Sebastian Rogers at all. They did only 2 searches. Now, I got to say, to be quite honest with you, Summer's initial search was bigger than Sebastian Rogers, I do believe. It was a ginormous search in the first few days. But I think Sebastian's case has had maybe people searching longer. We're at 3 months and they're still searching for Sebastian at this point. So anyway, do me a favor, y'all. Hit the thumbs up button. We're going to watch this, and then we're going to watch an interview that our friend Chris McDonough from the interview room did. God bless him for doing these interviews and in the early days, because I believe they're so important. I really do. More locals are searching as well as Seth. Yeah. Yeah, when it comes to them. This was the interview from June 29th, 2021. Several days, very kind of similar in the Sebastian Rogers case. There was no parents or anything in the first several days, and one thing that, you know there's always a yin and a yang in these cases, these very high profile cases. Some believe in the Wells innocence, some do not, and some believe just the same with in the Sebastian Rogers case.
I know she didn't walk away from this property by herself or off this
Hold on, let me turn the
yard by her swing.
Hold
I
on.
feel in my heart that somebody has came up here and took her, has lured her away from here. Me and my mother
Why is it not doing?
and her were planting flowers. And we went in after we got done washing our hands, and she got a piece of candy from grandma, and she wanted to go back over and see her brothers. And I said, okay. And I walked her all the way over to the porch, and I watched her walk into the kitchen where the boys were watching TV. And I told the boys, I said, watch Summer. I'll be back. And within 2 minutes, I came back, and I asked the boys where their sister was, and they said she went downstairs, mom, to play with her toys in the playroom. I said, okay. And I yelled downstairs for her a couple times, and I didn't get no answer, which was unusual because usually she always answers me. And so I went down there to check, and she was nowhere in sight.
So again, it was a peppermint, Olivia, a peppermint. And with Candace, very similar. You know, they had a fun day. The day, Summer went missing. They was allegedly supposed to go swimming that evening at a water park very close to where Dawn was working. It was actually across the road from where Dawn was working at the time. And Summer, supposedly just wanted to go back inside. And the boys were upstairs. She said she wanted to go downstairs. Mom fixed this grandma's knee brace at her little camper. And while they were sitting in the doorway, they are saying that Summer was taken out or she walked out and someone kidnapped her in 2 to 5 minutes up on Ben Hill Road. And if you know where Ben Hill Road is, it is literally in the middle of nowhere on a dead end road. Um, it's a one it's like a driveway, but it's a road. Um, there's nothing on it other than
She was just gone.
few houses.
I don't go on walks around here or runs because I'm scared of the bears and snakes.
So she's replying there too is I don't go on walks or runs. They on the on the dispatch radio, it said mom had went on a walk or a run, and she's saying that I don't go on any walks or runs because of the bears,
And
snakes, and the
even the
coyotes.
coyotes that are around here. Well, whoever has my daughter, I pray and hope that they have not harmed her and they bring her back to us safe and sound.
Go to the FBI, the police, and clear it up.
Right there's Dawn. Um, this is Summerwell's biological father. Hey, Cinnamon, I asked my neighbors what their opinion was. They're old and wise and grow up here, not far from Summer's house. They said they didn't know. They said, didn't you know her dad killed her and the mom let him take? I absolutely, in my opinion, Dawn did this.
I mean,
In my opinion,
I don't know. It seems kind of elusive.
It's really
elusive,
strange that I've never
elusive.
seen this truck and I've never heard of it until just recently. But I wish they would come forward and explain themselves. And if you're not a suspect, at least come forward and say what you've seen. She was a tomboy. I shaved my head. She wanted to have her head shaved like me and the boys did.
She tried to shave her head
She tried
in
to
the
shave her
back
head
and make
herself.
it. I think you can see it in some of the pictures, and it was getting out of control. So we decided to shave her head off and let it grow back long, and she shaved her head to so she wouldn't feel bad, and but it didn't bother her at this point.
So one of the things that really bothered people. There's a lot of things in this case that bothered people, but was Summer's hair was shaved. And when I say shaved, it was shaved like someone took like you shave your face, right? Or you shave your legs. Someone shaved her head to the skin. And then Candace cut her hair to obviously not as short as they did Summers. Um, but Don said, to keep her from, I guess, Summer feeling so bad. Summer was, she appreciated, um, very feminine ladies, pretty, gorgeous women who, just everything that really Candace and Dawn and anybody on Ben Hill for that matter wasn't, you know.
Well, I knew right away that she was abducted. I knew that right away, and that's what I told them from the beginning. But they have to go through their, I forget the word.
Investigation.
This is what, 10 days or so, 2 weeks, 13 days, I believe. 13 days after their daughter is missing. You don't see much panic on their face, do you? You don't see much urgency, just chill
They
as
have
can
to do
be.
one step at a time, I guess. But I'm sorry that they had to spend so many man hours in these woods and everything. I've seen them limping and
Apologizing that they got to.
everything else, and I feel for them. But I just wish there was a way that neighbors could search neighbors' houses, and then if they're not willing, get a search warrant or something. But there's just no way you can search every single house, in the eastern United States or whatever. But I wish there was a way. Just thankful for the person or persons that's doing that, out of love,
I
and
appreciate it.
trying to get information and trying to get her found. We thank them from the bottom of our
That
hearts,
means a lot.
and we thank everybody who's trying so hard and praying so hard. And she's an awesome young lady, and we just want her back.
Awesome young lady.
But, yeah, there's always going to be haters, and it's always going to be that way in this world, and we just want to focus on the good friends and Christian people that are trying to help us and praying for us and praying for Summer. And we thank them from the bottom of our hearts. And that's the kind of people we try to relate with and socialize with. So we don't know anything about, no red truck, or we hardly know many of our neighbors. I mean, because we just try to be around good people. I mean, and we do have good people in this area. We found out since this was
He acts like he doesn't know any of his neighbors
all
whatsoever.
happened.
It's a crock.
We got some real good neighbors and good folks everywhere. But
The
Katie
most
Bug,
important
thank you.
thing is to bring Summer home.
Thank you so much for becoming a member, Katie Bug. Appreciate you so much, my dear. Yeah, welcome, Katie Bug. Please welcome Katie Bug.
good folks everywhere.
Oops.
But,
The most important thing is to bring Summer home safe. I'm sorry that you feel this way about us, but
I'm sorry you feel this way about us. Um, to me, that sounds like someone is doing something for revenge. Uh, usually, whenever a child is kidnapped from a person's home, it's usually not in the middle of nowhere on a dead end road on a hill in 2 minutes, but I digress. But usually, it's nothing personal towards the family. It's just opportunity. uh it's a crime of opportunity when a child is normally kidnapped. Candace says, I'm sorry you feel this way about us.
We love our children with everything we have. We've never went without. Thanks to Summer's daddy and my husband. He's always provided for us and has worked as much as he could and can and still is. And I'm sorry that you guys feel that way, but that's my baby, and nobody would ever treat her like that as long as I was around.
That was a big thing. People thought nobody would ever treat her like that if I was around. What? How do you know? I mean, treat her like what? And you were around, you say, whenever she was kidnapped, in
Ever.
just moments.
She loves to she loves to dance. She would always want me. She says, "Daddy, hold my hand so I can twirl." And she would just like to twirl and twirl and twirl till my arm got tired, and I put out there that one of Summer's favorite songs was Godzilla, and they say, and they're jumping all over me about past tense was, well, I'm sorry about that. It's just,
She also liked the song by New Breed. It was called House.
Now, one thing that the Wells have done that the Proudfoots have not, well, they have, but it's been very rare. They in This was their first interview, and they did use Summer in past tense many times. And one thing about the Proudfoots, they have rarely used Sebastian's name as in the past tense. Oh yes, Candace likes to gamble. The good old coin
My
pushers.
House. She sung that a lot of times when I play it on the TV. She loved to dance.
she liked to think of herself as a princess, and and all that, like all young girls do. And
She loved Frozen. She loved to be that Elsa and
I think she really loved to be in church because she felt a lot of love there. And I think you can't explain what that love is, but you feel it and you know it, when you're young. And she felt that there, and she loved everybody in that church, or she loves everybody in that church. I should rephrase that because they'll tear that apart as past tense. And I apologize again for that. I hope she gets to come home, and I hope she gets to be with our church family again.
her best friend in that
Yeah.
church was Robin. She loved her
Yeah,
to death.
yeah. She looked up to
When
women that were
she come to that church, she went looking for Robin. That was her favorite person.
any woman that was professional.
Was
That
pretty,
Yeah, she
beautiful.
looked up to those kind of women. They were the word I'm looking for. I can't think of it, but she looked up to them. She'd give them a run for their money every day. She'd give them a run for their money, and there was times, we'd be, at our boys like, don't do this and don't do that. And next thing you know, the stick would come up just whop them, you know, and it'd be like, Summer, don't do that, you
Summer
know.
was the boss of the family.
She's
She,
typical
when
girl.
they get out of line, she'd put them in line.
She'd do her best.
She loved to play in the mud and the water and swing on her swing and enjoy dirt.
When I run the lawnmower around, she would run behind me. When the boys run their bikes around, she, as fast as that little bike could go, she would be behind them running and keeping up with them, no problem. You know, she loved to run. She just loved to run, and she could pull herself up on that swing,
Loved
her
to
full body
run.
weight with her 2 hands. And
Was she at school yet?
no,
Here,
she's been.
kindergarten.
We did all the what?
I took care of everything.
Yeah.
I had her already taken all of her shots and registered in the school for ready for this year.
I just never expected for anyone to get a hold of my heart like she has, because I try to guard my heart as much as I can, but she holds my heart in her little hands, and I love her with all my heart. I'd do anything to have her back.
Your little girl.
If there's any way, if you can find it in your heart to please release her somehow. I don't know how you might do that. I mean, 'cause you're probably scared of going to prison for the rest of your life and everything else, I'm sure. But please find it in your heart. Have
He's like, yeah, please release her. You're probably scared about going to prison for the rest of your life. That's
mercy and find a way of letting her go, and where we can get her back. And just please have mercy on her, and you know, and us and her brothers. And
I pray that the person or persons that did this to Summer comes forward, and maybe with a little grace, people can pray to have mercy for their souls. But Summer needs found. Summer deserves a place to rest where she is not somewhere where alone. And she has been there since June 15th, 2021, in my opinion.
she's such a loving, good spirit. Please, please don't hurt her. Please let her come home. That she's my biggest fear is, you know, her being tormented or locked in a dungeon or basement or something.
Locked in a dungeon or basement, which that is exactly where she slept at night, in a dungeon and in a basement. There was no difference in the two.
Because she loved to be outside all the time. That was her, unfortunately, her, you know, her downfall. 'Cause a lot of times the boys would be inside and we'd be.
How can it be her downfall whenever Summer was inside? I don't understand that. How can it be her downfall? Summer was inside. She went downstairs to get her toys. How is that her downfall? And even if she was outside, how is it her downfall that she is in her yard? Unless something happened outside. Don.
Be like, where's Summer? Why'd you leave her out there alone? You know, go get Summer now. You know, and that's happened over and over again. And we'd come out and she would always be close by, but
You see, right here it sounds like they are being very protective of Summer, right? Why did you leave her outside, boys? Why did you do this? Why? Well, it is just as likely for, you know, the boys to be kidnapped, if you will, or something to happen to them equally, but they're putting it all off on the boys. And remember, the boys are children too, and this was 3 years ago. And the uh specifically, two of the boys were very, very small at the time. So why did it have to fall on the boys? They were children too, and something could equally happen to them.
We was always coming up. She had to be outside. She was an outdoor person. And
She
she don't,
loved to be outside.
you know, and I'm so afraid that she's locked away. She's such a loving heart and everything. And I'm afraid that she won't be able to, I'm locked away where she can't be outside or play with a puppy or anything, love nature, and that's my greatest fear, that she's not able to do any of
Enjoy the
these things
beautiful
anymore,
outdoors.
or that she could possibly, you know, I don't want to think she's dead, but it's a possibility. I don't want to address all the negativity. I just
That look that Candace gave whenever she said, I don't want to think that she's dead, right?
I don't want to address all the negativity. No address all the negative. No address all the negative. No address all the negativity. It's a possibility. I don't want to address all the negativity. I just want to focus on the positive. I don't want to address all the negativity. I just want to focus on the positive,
And find her
because
daughter.
it's so easy to get,
Maurice.
lost in that negativity and stuff, and it's just not worth it. So I'm just, I appreciate y'all for the good things you say and your prayers. That's awesome.
When my sister went missing, I was in between Arkansas and Tennessee. I don't know all of what happened or what did happen.
So, those of you that aren't familiar with the Summer Wells case, Candace has a sister missing as well. Her name is Rose, and it is still unsolved to this very day. It's from Wisconsin.
But I hope that they find her too and bring her home safely too.
Yeah, there's nothing. I mean, she disappeared without a trace. They haven't found anything, haven't found a body, nothing. And when you see cases like that, that's why I lose hope on Summer. I want to keep hope, but sometimes I lose hope.
Yeah, Rosemary Bly.
Think, well, maybe we won't never see her again, so I start thinking in past tense. Sorry, but I'm trying to keep hope up. I'm trying to keep my prayers up and all that.
Best Reviews is an unbiased team that researches products in real-world situations to give reliable recommendations on just about everything.
I guess that's. Wait, 1 second. Is that it? Yeah, Rose has been missing since 2009. Yeah, okay, that's it. Yeah. She has been missing since 2009, and she has two children. Wanted to show you this. This is credit goes to the interview room, our friend Chris from the interview room. How long has she been missing as that interview? Summer Stormcat. That interview, Summer had been missing, I think, 13 days or so. This is Chris over there trying to talk to Candace and she's not really wanting to do the interview at this point. I think she's kind of trying to back out of the interview. Yeah, Rose did not reside. Different state, different time. This was 2009. Total different circumstances.
Well, and that's why I want to talk to you.
I can't trust nobody.
I know, and that's why I wanted to speak with you, and I told you that.
Candace is saying she can't trust anybody. What do you mean you can't trust anybody, Candace? You don't need to trust anybody. All you need to do is say your daughter is missing at this point. Say, hello. My daughter, Summer Moon Utah Wells, has been missing. Not you. Can you trust anybody? You mean trust anybody? Tell them about your daughter and what happened. That's it. That's, to me, that is very weird that she said that.
I wanted to speak with you, and I told you that, yesterday on the phone, and you'll notice I mentioned yesterday that what you said, I'm not going to lie to anybody or for anybody. Okay? But I think your side of the story needs to be told, that because people are throwing so much stuff around. I mean, and you know more than I do in relationship to how this doggone social media works. Okay, yeah. There's two sides to every story, Candace. You know that, and I know that. Okay, we've both been around the block a couple of times. I seen Mom Patrol because I know that was her favorite.
Yeah, I just got it today.
That's awesome. Where'd you find that?
Actually, a woman made it for me.
Really? Because of her puppy patrol?
Yeah.
Yeah, Paw Patrol, and she was into
My Little Ponies and Frozen.
And then she finally got Princesses.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I want you to be comfortable with her. We talk. Okay. So maybe I can ask you a question. A lot of people are throwing this under the bus at the park over there. Mm-hmm. I figured it's the closest place, but I don't know if you feel comfortable going back over.
I won't go back to that park after all the lies have been made.
Well, and here's some of the plus side of that. Okay, you and I can actually walk there, and you can say, I was standing here. Everybody's saying I was standing over there. That ain't where I was. I was right here, and this is the reason why. So what we can do is tell the truth. Okay, and that takes all the stuff, and it makes it go away for them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. That's my thinking. But you're the mom of this missing baby. Okay. I will tell you, I lost a son in 2003. He was 20 years old. Okay. I know what it feels like to have that gal out there. Okay. All I'm looking for is the truth and to help.
I ain't got nothing to do.
I know, but and I really help you. I talk to them because they have, their side of the story. Okay? I heard some things in there that went,
I thought
seriously,
so too.
And you notice I put them all up.
I thought so too. Why are you don't want to go back to the horse pond there because of lies? What does that have to do with it?
Hey, I'm not one to say,
Yeah, I've watched
hey,
a couple of them.
Okay, hey, y'all didn't hear this, okay? No, they did hear it, okay? And so I'm respectful to you that now they're going to hear from Miss Candace.
Okay. This is the home where Summer was lived in. Right here is the doorway that Candace was helping Grandma get the knee brace fixed. This is the driveway. It goes down and goes past. Back here, there is a door that Summer was allegedly abducted out. It sits on a hill. There is no other houses up on that hill. And it's highly unlikely, in my opinion. Very highly unlikely, in my opinion, that she was taken off of there. All right. So Chris takes and Summer or Candace go down to the horse pond. We'll all be down there on June 15th of this year, Lord willing. And no, this was taken just a month or two after her disappearance. We're just kind of going down memory lane. It is. I'm telling you, Blue Eyes, it is. Ben Hill is draining. The basement door, yeah.
Why is it so important?
Because my daughter loved Paw Patrol.
Okay.
Now, last year, whenever Candace was watching people go down here, I saw her lose it. It's the first time I've ever seen real emotion just come over her, and it triggered her in a way that I've never seen.
Yeah, she did Paw Patrol. What else? Princesses.
Ponies, and she loved Frozen. Then she started with they're little animals, but I'm not sure what they are. And they got big eyeballs. I can't remember what the name of them are. I got a couple on my window.
Are they like little? They got like the big eyes, that kind of thing.
Yeah, they got the big eyes.
Yeah.
She likes bracelets and jewelry, and she's just a round girl.
Yeah. So let's take me back to that day when y'all were here swimming.
Okay.
You okay with that? Okay. So let's walk me down. Is this where you parked?
Yeah, this is where I park. I park here all the time.
All the time. And now, do you come here a lot?
I used to come here a lot. Yeah.
And do you bring the kids here?
I'd bring the kids here all the time, and they'd either fish or swim.
Okay.
Whichever.
Right.
It's there's nobody down here hardly.
Right.
So it's away from. I don't like to have the kids around a bunch of other kids because of all the sickness and stuff that's been going around.
Yeah.
Different kids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So this was more secluded, private kind of thing, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense. That makes
I'm
sense.
more of a quiet kind of person. I don't like to be in a big crowd.
Yeah.
I tend to stick to myself and my family, and that's it.
Yeah. And when you guys got here, who was with you? There's a lot of rumors
my
about.
mother was with me.
Yep.
And my daughter.
Okay, so at the time of this, Candace says that it was her daughter Summer, 5-year-old, Grandis, which is Candace's mother who lives in the camper, and a friend of the family. His name was Hunter. He was a minor at the time, and Candace gave him alcohol illegally. Minor obviously cannot drink alcohol, and she lied about it. However, the minor actually told the truth and said that Candace bought him alcohol. Now, it's been alleged and known that Candace and Dawn have given alcohol and other substances to minors. Allegedly.
Yep.
Summer, and Hunter was with us.
Okay. Now, tell me about the dynamics of what everybody was doing. Who was doing what when you first got here? What happened?
I got out of the car first, and then I opened the back door because my mom's got a double door on her truck.
Right.
So I opened the back door and I let her and Hunter out.
Okay.
And Summer's first thing is to run to the water, of course.
Right.
I was like, Summer, just wait. Let me get my stuff, and I'll walk over there with you. And she waited for me, and I don't know. Hunter went off into the woods somewhere. I don't know where it was.
Now, where was Summer sitting?
She was sitting in the middle seat.
Okay.
Hunter was sitting on the end.
Okay.
And my mom said, hold on a minute. So we waited for my mom to get out.
Okay.
And Hunter, he just done disappeared into the woods. I don't know where he went.
Okay. Okay.
And me and my mom and Summer walked over there. And we were just letting Summer play. And then Hunter eventually come back out of the woods wherever he was.
Okay.
And
so let's walk over there. Show me. And I'll just follow you, okay?
No.
So I'll follow you on which direction. And
everything's slow motion now.
I know. So which direction does Hunter go?
He went that way.
He went that way. Now, was he in a bathing suit?
No, I think he just had his shorts and his shirt on.
Okay. And Summer, was she in her bathing suit?
This is the type of people that the Wells would allow around their children. Dawn and Candace have, Candace particularly has a total of 7 children. 7 children. And to this day, every single child that she has ever had has been removed or taken from her by CPS. Every single child. Everyone. And she has been unable to get any of them back. All of them. Yes, all of them. Everyone. Don has a total of, he has 4 kids with Candace, and he has 2 older kids by a different woman. And then Candace has the 4 children with Don, and she has 3 children by other men. Yes. 3 different states. Yes. They have been removed by different CPS or DHS agencies. Summer technically wasn't taken away from her. Well, I mean, essentially she was, because if she would come back, she would not go into Candace's and Dawn's care. Right. Yes, this guy right here, his name is Andy Paul Johnson, and he is an RSO. And the horror stories about Candace being, you know, it's really bad. Now, there are people out there that says, oh, well, Candace is, you know, a good person. They're very close with her or whatever. I don't care. I really don't care. It's not about how she treats me. It's not about how she treats you. It's how she treated her children. And apparently, from 3 different states, 3 different times in your life, 3 different agencies have pulled the children from her. So it's not about how she treats me, if she's nice to me, if she cries or anything else. It's about how she treated those children. That's what matters.
Yes.
And how did she get in her bathing suit? Or...
I actually put her bathing suit on before we left home because it was really hot out that day.
Okay.
So
she put her bathing suit on before she left home that day. Well, that would have been about 7:30 in the morning, right? Very early in the morning. Why is that happening?
So it was just something small and
Sorry, it's
thin, not
muted.
so hot.
Okay. Okay.
Because I know how she gets too hot.
Okay. And what was the temperature that day? Give me an idea.
Probably in the 80s.
Okay. So it's Tennessee warm.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like it is now.
And are you an air conditioned person, or in your mom's truck was the
No.
AC on or
I
off?
don't like AC.
Okay. Okay. So what happened? Where do you guys go, and where's Summer going here?
We all walked down this path, me, my mom, and Summer.
All right. So all three of you together.
Yeah.
Now, how does Mom's knee handle this hill here?
Well, she uses her cane, so it's a little bit easier, and she'll hold on to my shoulder so
Okay.
she doesn't fall or nothing.
So you're kind of escorting her down here.
Yeah.
And is Summer ahead of you or behind
She's
you?
right here in front of me.
Okay. So walk me through that.
Oh, we're just walking down through here. I mean, usually, like I said, we go slow.
I agree,
because my
Pete.
mom's knee
Okay.
messed up.
Okay.
All right, so this lake is a man-made lake. It is very high in this recording. Still looks very much the same as it does 3 years ago, except the water
I was just
is not
standing here
normally
at the
that
end.
high.
Well, the water's up a lot further than it usually is. Usually it's down. You can usually see all that wood sticking up all the water. And she was just
Now, at the end of this park area, if you will, there is a Walgreens. There's a Walgreens, and at this Walgreens, Grandis, they was taking her to the hospital. She had gotten out of the hospital. She had picked up, Candace had picked up her ex-friend's son, Hunter, who's a minor, and they dropped off this prescription at Walgreens at the end of this park here. And they said it was going to take about 30 minutes for the prescription to be filled. So Candace says instead of waiting in a hot car, they went here to swim for 10 or 15 minutes. Now, that is what she says. I don't know anyone who swims for 10 or 15 minutes while they're waiting on prescriptions. That's not a thing that people normally do. Now, again, Candace and them have been here before swimming fine, but 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes maximum while you're waiting on a prescription. Usually, if I'm waiting on a prescription, I shop around in the store. But they go swimming. I think it was set up that day. I think Candace had talked to Hunter the night before, in my opinion, and that they chose this Walgreens because it was right there, literally at here's the entrance, here's a stoplight, here is the Walgreens. I think it was chosen that way the night before when Candace and Hunter, in my opinion, were talking. I think it was pre-planned that Hunter and Candace were going to meet that day. Otherwise, how did they know they were going swimming or anything like that? How did they know? And there was plenty of other pharmacies much closer to the hospital. There was actually one in the hospital. So
playing right here.
And what time do you get here about, if you remember?
I couldn't even tell you, to be honest with you. Time is, don't keep track of time.
No, I understand.
I mean, I get up in the morning, I do my thing with the kids, and then we go to bed.
Okay.
I can't even tell you. I know I went to the hospital at 8 with my mom, dropped her off, and I was sitting there, and Hunter called me and asked me what I was doing. I said I was sitting at the hospital in the parking lot waiting on my mom to get done. And he said, well, why don't y'all come over? I said, well, as long as your mom says it's okay. And I guess he woke her up or said something to her, and he said, yeah, she said it's fine for a little.
Now, Hunter, Candace and Allie, which is Hunter's mom, she is now deceased. They were estranged at the time because multiple reasons, but one of the reasons was a guy named Jose. He was an ex of Allie's, but he was staying up at Candace's house while it's very complicated. While Don, Candace's husband, was in Utah, left them all, took one of the boys, left him. So they were estranged. Candace and Allie, Hunter's mother, had not been speaking in a long time. So why on June 15th, out of the blue, just the day that that Summer vanishes into thin air, why is she speaking to Hunter? Why is she picking him up?
Little bit because I guess his grandma was coming over, so she don't like her. I don't like her either. So.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, seems like you guys have had a falling out. There's no question about that.
Yeah.
And,
it was stupid part on out, really, honestly.
what was it over?
Well, I don't know if it was her husband or Hunter. I'm just going to say Hunter's daddy. Come out with all these guys and stuff, and we're supposed to move down here. And they couldn't find a place to stay or whatever. Well, I don't really remember what this guy's name was. I know he's a Mexican, I think. And
that Jose guy?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, she wanted him to stay. And
Jose was not Mexican, by the way. He was Puerto Rican. There's that.
she was also staying at my house.
Okay.
So I said, well, if you're going to be with him, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's fine. That's y'all's deal. And I don't know, they did whatever they did because I didn't really pay attention to them. I just hung out with the kids and my mom. And then one day he just goes, I like chicks with dicks. Mm-hmm. After him and her did whatever. And she got all pissed off and just said, come on, take me and my kids back to my place. I'm out of here. Mm-hmm. So I don't even know what really happened.
Okay. So that is what Candace would always tell guys, that was around her, whatever. She would tell them they are gay or something to that effect, so Dawn wouldn't be as jealous. They were supposed to go to a water park that evening. Yes, they were supposed to go to a water park that evening. And it's interesting because what happened to that water park after they dropped Hunter off? Remember, there's 3 boys that are alone at 110 Ben Hill Road all day long. Not an adult in sight. Right? But once the adults show up later that evening, and then Summer is back at the house, well, a little bit later, that's when a child is abducted. Not the child, one of the children is abducted, while no adults is there. When the adult shows up, that's when it seems like that's when Summer is abducted, allegedly. I don't think she was abducted, in my opinion, but
she just went off the handle. And ever since that, she's just been hateful towards me. And I don't know. I don't get it. I really wish I could understand it.
Okay.
And she stuck me with that guy. And then my husband got home.
Yeah, there is no getting the boys back. That is long done. Long done.
He's like, well, who's this guy, you know? And I'm like, Allie left him here, abandoned him here. I was like, he ain't got no place to go. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then my mom took him after my husband and him got into a little squirrel. My mom took him, I believe it was to North Carolina to some chick's house. And then that was the end of him. I never heard from him again.
And that, so your mom drove him up there?
Yeah, my mom did.
Okay.
And I never heard from the guy again.
What part of North Carolina do you know?
I don't even know.
Okay. What kind of vehicle did he have, if any?
He didn't have a vehicle.
Okay. But your mom took him
My
up?
mom took him in her truck.
Got it. Straight up. Okay. Then, so you're down here, and all of a sudden now, Summer is doing what?
Summer's just playing in the water right here.
Okay.
I'm just standing right here. All the flowers that died that were there on that.
Oh, so there were a bunch of flowers
There's
here?
a bunch of flowers right here, yeah, on this little petal. I don't know what, I guess they've all died now, but.
Okay. And where's Grandma?
Mom's standing right here.
Okay.
And I'm over here close to the edge just because Summer's in the water. You
Sure.
know what I'm saying? That's
Sure.
my thing.
Okay.
And she's just playing, you know, like a normal kid would play in the water.
I don't see Candace being at the edge while Summer is in the water. I don't see her being a helicopter mother.
And then Hunter came from wherever he was and come down here and was standing here. I don't want to get all wet, but
Yeah.
he was like standing here and Summer was out a little bit further. They're pretty far apart from like me and your wife is.
Okay. Is that the TikTok video you took?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can see how far they were apart.
Yeah, I can see it. Right.
And with him sitting there saying that she fell on a rock, there's no rock. Where do you see a rock?
Right. Yeah, the only rocks I saw were right over here,
Yeah,
and
they're
then
not
up
even-
there.
Yeah, they're way over there, and I'm right here.
Okay. So this is where she is, though.
Yeah, this is where she is right here.
Okay. And how is she? What's her behavior?
She's jumping around, splashing, having a good
just
time,
Summer.
just like Summer would always do.
Okay.
I mean, that's how all my kids are.
Okay.
They just splash around and have a good time.
Does she go underwater at any time that you see?
Oh, she just dips her head in, but sticks it right back up. I mean, it was only up to here
So
at the time.
where did this idea of under the water?
And she's like, it was only up to here, and
Summer would always do.
Okay.
I mean, that's how all my kids are.
Okay.
They just splash around and have a good time.
Does she go underwater at any time that you see?
Oh, she just dips her head in, but sticks it right back up. I mean, it was only
now that's where Candace says the water was. It was much deeper than that. As especially
up
as
to here.
Summer was
So
walking out.
Where did this idea of under the water?
I have no idea
Where's
where
that
even come from.
Okay.
That just blew my mind when I heard that. I was like, she didn't even go into because when she was playing in the water, I was literally taking the TikTok video just to watch, you know, and I did different things because that's how TikTok is. You can do different things with them.
Right.
And I was just taking TikTok video and he come up out of there somewhere and I was like, just flashed around and then he threw up gang signs.
Do you know them?
No, I have no idea who that is.
Okay.
And then he started throwing up gang signs and I'm like, so I moved it back away from him as quick as
I don't think the thing is I don't think like a tree punctured her or anything like that, because if it was an accident you would just call the police, right? I mean, unless Candace and wasn't watching Summer, if she was doing something else that would be illegal, potentially with Hunter. She already gave him illegal, which was illegal, giving him alcohol, being a minor. This video is in 2021.
as I could, and I was videoing them flowers and then back at Summer again real quick. And then he decided to get in the water right there. and he went like this with the water a couple times. I told him, please stop that. She don't like to be splashed.
Okay.
And so he quit and got out. And I said, come on, Summer, we got to go get Grandma's prescription. And we just got back in the truck and left.
Okay, so a lot has been said about the tea thing, right? And there's Can over there and stuff. Now, I asked Hunter,
When we come down
tell me
here,
the story
this whole
on that.
place was littered in trash.
Okay.
It was all trash down here. Like, them teas were all over through there, all through everywhere.
Okay.
There was flowers that my mom wanted to pick from here. And I said, Mom, you better not do that. It's a state.
Every year we all right where behind Chris and Candace here, there's a tree, and we all leave little things here for Summer. You know, we leave flowers or little angels or different things there for Summer as a way to remember her.
State park. Get
Okay.
in trouble for that if you get caught.
Okay.
I'm not getting caught for that. And I
Okay.
told her that, and we just walked on back to the truck. But I don't know where that iced tea coming from. I know that I did buy an iced tea
Okay.
from the smoke shop in town, but I bought that iced tea for my mother.
Okay.
And
Okay.
if she was here today, she would tell you that.
Right.
She's lying through her ass here. She's lying through her ass. Now, that is one thing. She is lying through her ass. We know that she gave that to H. And she lied there, looked at Chris, and said, that was for my mother. And if my mother was here right now, she would tell you that too. Straight in the eye and lied like a rug.
Right.
And the vapes that I bought
Yep.
were nicotine vapes from the hippie house
Next door.
right next door.
Okay.
Well, no, they're kind of one's further down by the mall. The smoke shop's further down by the mall where I got the IC, and the hippie house is just right over here before you crossed over the bridge.
Got it. Okay. So the smoke shop where you bought the
We went to the hospital
right.
and picked up my mom,
Right.
and then we stopped at the smoke shop and I got Mom that twisted tea that she wanted, and then I stopped at the hippie house and got me some smoked nicotine vapes. Is what I got.
Okay. What
And-
flavor?
I think they were Skittles
Okay.
because that's kind of like
Wait, do they have like a different
they
flavor?
actually taste like Skittles.
Okay.
It's the only kind I'll buy.
Okay.
And then we left from there and we went straight down to Walgreens and went to the drive-thru. But after we were done at the hippie house, I think we bought 3 of them. I think, I believe. And I set them right there on the council, and he asked for one. I said, no, you can't have none.
Did he take one?
I don't know.
Okay.
Honest to God, I don't know.
Okay.
But then we went to the Walgreens and dropped off Mom's prescription. I said, well, if we got to wait 30 minutes, why don't we just bring Summer down here and let her play for a little bit?
Okay.
And that's what we did.
Okay.
I mean, there was nothing. I honestly didn't see him drink nothing down here. I don't know what he's talking about. I really don't.
All right.
She is lying through her ass right there. I honestly didn't see him. I didn't see him drink anything. I really don't. Look at her right there. Lying, lying, lying. It's craziness.
So it's your word against his, basically.
Pretty much.
Okay. On this scenario right
Yes.
here. Okay. So from here, where do you guys go?
Walgreens to pick up my mom's prescription.
Okay. Is that the Walgreens right down at the
Yeah,
edge
it's
here?
right straight across.
It's the one that I showed the other day that it's right down here.
Yeah, when we turned to come down here,
Yeah.
it's right there on the corner.
Okay. And you get Mom's prescription.
Yep.
Then what happens?
Then I told Mom, I said, why don't we get a Sonic?
Okay.
Because it's hot out.
Right.
So we drove in there, got a Sonic.
Right across the street.
Yep, right across the street.
Okay.
And then we left from there, and I went up Moreland Drive because I had to pick up a few things. I was in the store for maybe 5 minutes.
Okay.
Grabbed some milk and some cheese, and I don't remember what else I bought.
Okay. And that's the foodless.
No,
Or
priceless.
priceless. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And then I was like, Hunter, you're not coming to the house. I'm sorry to tell you, but you're going back to your house.
Okay.
And I took him back to his house and dropped him off and left.
Well, why did she take Summer and not the 3 boys? Why pick up another person's child and you just take one of your children. You took another child and Summer swimming for 10 or 15 minutes, and you left 3 of your children home. No.
And Summer was still awake when I left his house.
Okay. Okay.
And Allie did never walk to the truck and try to talk to me or
Okay.
I tried to get her to come over and talk to me, but she wouldn't.
Okay. Where does from here when you left here, okay, and you went to Sonic, like you mentioned, what flavors do you buy? Do you remember?
I think I got me and Mom a grape.
Is that your favorite?
Not my mom.
Is that your
Summer got a
favorite?
grape. That's my favorite. I don't remember what Mom got. She got it's like a cool water or something like that.
Okay.
Thank you, Sue, for putting balloons up. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think the majority of people overall believe that Dawn and Candace.
And then Hunter, I think, wanted the blue one, I think.
Okay. Is that the slushy?
Yeah.
Okay.
The slushies. I don't know.
Did you buy food?
Nope.
Just the slushies.
Just the slushies.
Okay. Then what happened?
And then we left from there and went to Priceless, and I wasn't even in there 5 minutes.
Okay.
Grab my milk, come right back out the door.
Big discrepancy there. She says she went into Priceless for 5 minutes. Hunter says she was in there closer to at least an hour. Justin, Summer has completely vanished, and Candace knows, so does Dawn. Makes me cry for Summer, and the Littles deserves so much better. Adopted. Yeah. You know, they sat at the Walgreens until the script was ready. They supposedly didn't. They supposedly went swimming until that. My gosh, June is coming so fast. Yeah, just a few more days of May.
Door, and he was sitting there playing on TikTok like he always does.
Okay.
I mean,
Guys, do me a favor. If you have not hit that thumbs up button yet, please hit that thumbs up button. Summer is not being talked about that much right now. And we still need to keep her little face out. It's just coming up so close on June, and I thought to go down memory lane.
and then for him to sit there and say that he doesn't even make TikToks, I have on my phone personally, I can show you where he's made TikToks.
Okay.
Honest God.
I hope you've given it to the officials, right?
No, actually, it's still on my phone. I haven't had a chance because I was going to talk to them Tuesday when I went back to town.
Okay.
I got some business.
Yeah, when she goes back to town, she's going to give him, next Tuesday, that extra phone of hers.
So I got to take care of it.
Got it. Roger that. So from there, you go back to Hunter's house.
I drop him off.
Explain the milk. The picture of
The milk, it was sitting right there beside Summer.
Okay.
Because when I handed it to Hunter in the car, he was on the outside.
Oh.
I said, Hunter, put this on the other side of Summer and just set it over there.
Okay.
And she was wide awake sitting up.
Okay.
Like, she didn't go to sleep until after we left town.
Did she change clothes?
Yeah, I changed the clothes because when I have the windows down, it could be 100 degrees. I'll have all the windows up. Roll up the window, Mommy, I'm cold. And she not be cold, but I still do it.
Is that part of Summer's
That's
personality?
just Summer.
Tell me about.
Now, while Candace and Grandis were in the store, the grocery store, Hunter and Summer sat in the truck with no air conditioning. And this is the Tennessee sun.
Summer.
Tell you about
In the back cab of the truck, which there's no, you can't roll the windows down in the cab.
Want to know about Summer?
She's a happy little girl.
Okay.
She's the best little girl anybody could imagine. Just like, well, I don't really want to say her name,
Yeah. Don't say her name.
but happy-go-lucky. Nothing ever brings her down hardly.
Mm-hmm. Today's a tough day for you. I can tell.
Yeah, it's really tough. It's been tough lately.
Tell me about that.
Well, every time I look around, I see her face.
Okay.
And I hope whoever did this to Summer, I hope it flashes in their mind 24/7, 365. I hope it haunts them until they tell what happened, what they did on June 15th, 2021.
I don't know what else I can tell you.
Well, help me understand when you went
15.
home. Tell me about those dynamics that day. Take
On the
me
way
back to
home?
that day. Yeah, on the way home.
On the way home, well, we were just sitting there talking, me and Mom, about everything pretty much. Trees, flowers, rocks. Whatever Mom likes, pretty much we talk about. And I was like, what's Summer doing? She's like, oh, she fell asleep. I was like, oh, how's she sleeping? And when I look back, because I'm driving, and I look back like this, she had her arms up like this, like her daddy sleeps all the time.
Okay.
So I wanted to catch that moment.
Okay.
It was just things I do.
Right.
And I was like, here, Mom, hurry up, take that picture. And then she accidentally hit the video record.
Okay.
Instead of the picture part.
Okay.
So like, did you catch it? She like, no, I accidentally hit the video part.
That's what you get for handing Grandma the camera.
Yeah. Well, I was driving though.
Okay.
And I was like, did you put her arm back down? She's like, yeah. I was like, dang. And then she got a picture of her, but by that time her arm was down. But her arm was up most of the time like this.
Right.
And we were like 2 minutes from the house when she took her arm down.
Okay.
And then when we got to the house, we unlocked the gate, went up, and I woke her up. She got up, I unbuckled her, she got out of the car. We went and grabbed the boys from the house and come help us with the groceries.
Yep.
Because I always have them come help me do something.
And now, who was home when you got home?
My 3 sons.
Okay. And how old's your oldest?
He'll be 13 in September.
Okay.
Elisa, the DA in Hawkins County is absolute shit, in my opinion. Oh my God. It's pathetic.
So was he
I mean, pathetic.
babysitting?
Well, technically they weren't really, they were watching TV and sleeping at the same time.
Okay.
And I was just going to run out for a second, and we never even planned, I didn't even plan for Hunter to even be with us that day at all.
Got it.
He just called and was like, want to come over for a second? I was like, yeah, I'll come over for a second, but I got to get right back to Mom. And that was all it was a quick second thing.
Got it.
And he's like, Mom, can I go with them? I'm like sitting there shaking my head like this, and I was like, I don't care. So I'm just like, okay, whatever.
Okay.
I didn't even think nothing of it. You know what I'm saying? I always take them kids. Every time they call me and ask me, come get me, I always come get them because their mom don't do nothing with them.
Okay.
She just sits there.
That seems to be the difference between you and Allie. You guys have a difference in terms of what you say you do and what she says she does, right? There's always that. It seems to be a conflict.
Conflict somewhere.
Yeah. So, yeah, go ahead. Finish your
But
thought.
I'm always taking the kids like it was, I want to say like 3-4 months ago. I went over to Allie's and I asked Allie if she wanted her and the kids wanted to go up to, I want to call it Ducktown because that's where we planned on going, was Ducktown. And she's like, no, I'm going to sleep, blah, blah, blah. We're like, all right. And I was like, well, can I go? And Allie's like, yeah, go ahead. So we took him up to Ducktown with us and stuff and brought him back, and everything was fine. I thought we were good friends, but I guess she's trying to get back at me for some reason. I don't know.
Those are reasons that
They're beyond me.
Yeah.
It blows my mind.
and you know what? That's not for me, right? That's let the authorities figure that out. You know what I mean?
That's why I didn't really want to do an interview, because I'm not trying to fight this,
Right.
or say something that I say. I'm not into all that game.
I'm here to help find your daughter.
I want to find Summer. I don't even care about anybody else's bullcrap. I want to find my daughter.
I do too. Okay.
That's all this matters to me.
I totally agree. I totally agree that I'm on that same page with you. All these people, I'm sure, are on the exact same page as well. I think you know that, right?
Yeah.
So walk me through when you got home.
Okay.
You unload the grocery. What exactly is going down there?
Well, I bring my kids out, and we all unload the groceries, but we all go in my house first because we sort out my mom's groceries from her groceries.
Okay.
We always do.
Yeah.
And we did that, and Mom walked back across, and me and Summer were putting groceries away, and watching TV off and on, and just chilling with the boys, hanging out, and then we decided to do some laundry because laundry, my kids, they got 80 pairs of pants, 80 pairs, each one of them.
Okay.
So doing laundry at my house is like
A job, right?
It's a job.
Right. Do you have a bulldozer?
No. Sometimes I wish I did.
Okay.
That's just joking.
Got it. That's okay.
But
You're doing laundry.
doing laundry and stuff, and kids are all sitting there watching TV, chilling. And I stepped down, and I noticed Mom was sitting on the step, and her step is like literally from here to that tree, from my doorstep.
Okay.
I can literally walk over and be right there.
Okay.
And she's like looking around. I was like, "What's your problem?" She's like, "We got to get these plants transplanted into bigger pots."
Okay.
And she.
Now you're sitting on the front porch, or where you all?
No, I'm
where
not
you-
sitting. I'm
Are you in
standing.
the house?
No. She's sitting on our camper step right there, and
Okay.
the
Listen to this, because this is what she says happened the day Summer went missing.
flowers are here on both sides.
Okay.
And I'm just standing there, we're just talking. And she's like, "We gotta get these transplanted." And I was like, "All right, well." She goes, "Well, we know the boys ain't gonna help because they don't like to do flowers."
Yeah. Well, boy does, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was like, "But I know someone that will." So
Chris, I like to do flowers, Chris. You know that. I like to do
I
flowers.
ran back in the house and I grabbed Summer. She was sitting in the kitchen playing with her little, what are them? Little short guys with the big eyeballs.
Okay.
And I was like, "Summer, you want to plant flowers? Me and Grandma plant
Is that the
rocks?"
LOL things? Are they?
No, they're not.
like
She didn't
they-
really like LOLs.
Okay.
She didn't care for those. No, I don't know what they're called. They're all kinds of different characters, like
Okay.
different animals, but they got big eyes.
Okay.
She liked them, so I bought them for her. And she was sitting there like, "Summer, you want to do some flower planting and stuff?" She jumped up faster than anybody I've seen jump up. She's like, "Pretty flowers?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's go over to Grandma's and plant flowers." Transplant is what we did. And so we did that, and I don't know, it took us a while. Probably 30, 40 minutes, 50 minutes. I don't know. We're not real fast people. We don't.
Your Tennessee time.
Yeah,
Just
pretty
sitting
much.
on a porch,
Chill.
yeah,
Yeah.
drinking some sweet tea and just
I don't drink tea. But
okay, but chatting her around.
yeah, just chat pretty much. Me and Mom drink Mountain Dew.
Okay.
That's what we do. We drink Mountain Dew. Yep. And the summer we got done, we washed our hands real quick, went in Grandma's house, and she asked Grandma for a piece of candy. She always does.
Okay.
And of course, Grandma gives it to her.
Sure.
And she wanted a piece of candy, so Grandma gave it to her. We were sitting there for about, 5-10 minutes maybe at the most. And she goes, "Mom, I want to go back to the house with my brothers." I was like, "All right." So I got up and I walked her back across to where I could literally see her walking to my doorstep.
Okay.
And she was
Front
back
door,
there.
back door.
No, well, I don't know if you want to call it the front door or back door because I don't really consist which way.
Which door is it? Yeah. In some of the pictures I see,
It's
there's a door around the bottom and the back.
not the basement door. I call it the kitchen door, is what I call it.
Okay.
And she walked in there, and there's a scaffolding that we have for steps, the yellow and black scaffolding we have for steps. And I put my hand on the scaffold. I said, "Boys, watch Summer. I'll be right back." And I had to go over and help Mom. She was still sitting over there. And I had to go and get her knee brace and fix it for her because it was twisted to crap.
Okay.
It took me like 5 minutes, maybe 2 minutes. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not a time person. Never have been.
Okay.
And next thing I know, I said, "Mom, I'm going back over with the kids, chill and hang out, whatever." And I freaking asked her brothers, "Well, where'd your sister go?" She was just right here with you. "But she wanted to go play with her toys downstairs, Mom." I said, "I think none of them. That's where our room is. That's where her toys are."
Okay.
And after about a second, I didn't hear nothing down there. I was like, "You sure she went downstairs?" They're like, "Yeah, Mom, she went downstairs."
Okay.
And my boys do not lie to me. So I went around because my stairs, it's
I always thought, and my boys do not lie to me. Nobody asked, but she wanted to, and when someone is actually lying to you, they want to overstep and really show you that they are not lying at all. Candace, not lie, right? Boys would not lie.
my husband calls it a bar, but it's not really a bar. I call it a mess. It's we built it over the staircase. It's I guess you could call it a bar, but it's not really a bar because we don't drink that much. So, but it was like where we put our TV stand and stuff like that. And I walked around because that's where the steps are hidden up underneath there. And I said, Summer. And she didn't answer me. I said, Summer, are you down there? And she didn't answer me. So I ran down the stairs pretty much. I was freaking out. I was like, why is she not answering me? And I looked, I just went, I blew up. I went everywhere looking for it. So I couldn't.
Now, would you freak out if like she's, your kid's not answering you, but she didn't answer, but as you're going down, would you freak? Because she could have been asleep, right? She could have been outside. Why are you freaking out as you're going downstairs? You're just asking Summer if she's going to answer you. Oh my goodness, Juju Positive. Thank you so much. How you been, honey? Thank you. Oh my God, you gifted. Oh, thank you so much, Juju. If you gifted 5 plus 1, 6, that's amazing. Thank you, my love. Appreciate it. We're going to have to do, you know what we have to do with that one? An application process.
This is a Brooklyn-bound 2 express train. The next
Tennessee
stop
again.
is Fulton Street.
Stand clear
Mother
of the
chickens.
closing doors, please.
Giving to the lesser fight. My body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes.
Thank you, Juju, and for everyone that received a membership. Your name is in green. Pearls look amazing on you. Please thank our dear Juju Positive for gifting that. We are going to have a members live Saturday, by the way. So make sure you don't miss that. We'll be having a members live Saturday evening. So make sure you don't miss that. Thank you again, Juju Positive, and for the 6 that received pearl necklace. Thank you for Juju. Her nose is growing like Pinocchio, yes, and it hasn't stopped growing in 3 years. And another thing is, after this interview, Candace, she did a few interviews, but she really didn't do a lot of interviews throughout her daughter being missing. It was Dawn. Now, Candace was always in the background screaming at the telephone or when Dawn was on panel, but she didn't do a lot of direct interviews.
Find her nowhere.
Okay. Then what happened?
She was just gone.
Okay.
She was just gone into nowhere. And I started tracing the property, going everywhere I could. I sent my boys down through we live on a hill, so it was down down by the creek. I sent them all down through there looking and everything. I said, still didn't find her? And they said no. So I ran over and I freaked out. I called Donnie because that's what I do automatically. I freak out,
You called Don.
I called Donnie. I said, I cannot find Summer. Come home now. He's like, call the cops. So I threw my phone down on the back of his pickup, ran over to my mom, picked up her phone because it's the only one that gets out there is AT&T.
Okay.
So I picked up her phone, I dialed her one. I said, I cannot find my daughter. And they sent people out, and I wasn't just going to stand there and wait for them to send people.
Hold on. I just caught something right there. Let me check something. What did she just say?
Phone because it's the only one that gets out there is AT&T.
Okay.
So I picked up her phone, I dialed her one. I said, I cannot.
She says she picks up the phone, she dials 911. From what I understand, she never dialed 911, did she? Did she ever dial 911? Because I thought I don't think she dialed 911. If I remember correctly. I thought she dialed the sheriff's office. Yeah, she dialed she dialed allegedly the sheriff's office.
Call Don.
I called Donnie. I said, I cannot find Summer. Come home now. He's like,
I cannot find Summer. Come home now.
call the cops. So I threw my phone down on the back of his pickup.
Call the cops now. So, you throw your phone down on the back of his pickup, right? And then you run to get another phone. If that phone is working, why didn't you call with that phone? It makes no sense. And then he told her to hang up and call the cops. Yeah, but she said 911. I knew that part, but
Ran over to my
did she call the sheriff's office, or did she call 911, or is she just using
mom. Picked up her phone because it's the only one that gets out there is AT&T.
Okay.
So I picked up her phone. I dialed 911. I said, I cannot
I pick up her phone, I dial 911. I said I
find
cannot.
my daughter. And they sent people out, and I wasn't just going to stand there and wait for them to send people out.
Right.
I jumped in my mom's truck, and I went down the driveway as fast as I could. I went everywhere I could possibly think, every road which way. I didn't see no cars. I didn't see nobody at all. And I was like flipping out. I was a hot mess, so you call it.
Okay.
It makes no sense.
It doesn't make no sense. I agree with you there, Candace. There is no sense made. Yes, I know Don called the sheriff's office, but there was actually 2 calls. Now, Candace may have dialed 911, and he called the sheriff's office, is what I'm guessing.
The only thing that can come to my mind is that somebody snuck up there in that yard and took my baby girl.
What are they?
So the only thing that can come to my mind is somebody snuck up in that yard and took my baby girl. Hey, here, curlers. Yeah. And remember, they were on the phone together, very similar to the Proudfoots. 30 minutes. Not 3 hours, but about 30 minutes. Whenever Dawn was allegedly driving home very erratically. He took the back way, very interestingly, and never lost service, which is impossible in my opinion. We have the dispatch of, but
The
that's
odds of that,
What are the odds of that?
from your perspective?
It happens all the time, all the way around the world.
I'm not questioning that it happens. I'm just asking you from your perspective and your property living up there as long as you have, Candace, right? What are the odds that happened? Take a guess.
50-50.
Okay. What would be the 50% that it didn't happen? What are the other possibilities?
I have no idea.
Okay. Could she have walked away and fallen?
Knowing my daughter?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
She says she didn't walk away. She didn't.
Okay.
No.
Okay. What's in your heart today in terms of what gives you hope and what do you hold on to? I mean, you've been around the block a couple of weekends, okay? I mean, so have I. And I think what you're telling me here, I have no reason to disagree with you. You know what I mean? I mean, there's going to be a lot of he said, she said, and you know, and I know, no matter what, okay? No matter what,
In my heart, I believe. Now, this is just the way I feel.
I respect that. Totally respect
I
that.
feel that somebody has got her hid out somewhere.
Okay.
And is keeping her away from us.
Help me understand.
Someone has got her hidden out and is keeping her away from us. Now, remember, they're stating that someone came up on the hill out of everywhere on, Beach Creek and Ben Hill area, went up on that hill, which it is a big track to walk up that hill. Saw that Grandis and Candace was outside, walked in the basement. They would have had to have known that Summer was downstairs by herself. Tell me, think of this for 1 second. Tell me this. Someone walks, a random stranger walks up on a hill. There's a house on a hill. And there's adults outside, 3 boys upstairs. How does that kidnapper run up the hill so quickly, knows precisely where a child is alone inside a home? Doesn't look in, can't see in because it's got a tent thingy there where you can't see in. Over a dozen dogs there, and nothing. Dogs weren't barking and carrying on. It is not fucking possible, in my opinion. Yes, he had the mirror film on the glass door. That's what I'm saying. He couldn't see in. How are you going to know to run up on a hill that quick, know exactly where that child is? How did a kidnapper know she was down there by herself and he was going to grab her? No, make a sound at all. She's going to be kicking and screaming and everything else, most likely. Run down a hill like a legitimate mountain. Grandma, Candace, dogs didn't get it. And a squeaky basement door. Oh, it was a loud ass basement door. A loud ass basement door, to say the very least.
Film around this side. Now around this side. Now around this side.
Listen to the sound of that fucking door, people.
Film around this side. Now around this side. Now around this side.
You hear that door?
Listen to the sound of that fucking door, people.
How about that? Listen to the sound of that fucking door, people, as PG always said. You see that?
Film around this side. Now around this side.
You see that camper?
Now around this side.
That's where Grandis and them are sitting.
Door, people.
That's where Grandis and them are sitting. Right in the there. You're saying someone.
Film around this side. Now around this side. Now around this side.
Listen to the sound of that fucking door, people.
It would have to be someone she knew. Well, but even if it's someone she knew, how did they know she? I mean, as soon as she went down there, right? As soon as she went down there, she would have had to have been grabbed. Like he would have had to break in that door, and she would have had to been grabbed and then run down the mountain. And that is why Don and Candace say from the get-go, from the first cops stating that they're not believing them. Don says it. They're doubting, they're not believing us from the first cop car that showed up. They ran into. Yep. After waiting all day for them to get home, 3 boys are left absolutely alone. And nobody bothered them. Nobody had ever bothered them. Nobody had ever tried to kidnap, hurt anybody on Ben Hill Road because it's in the middle of nowhere. Literally nowhere. Listen, June, we'll be down there and we'll be taking some drives. So, again,
Understand why that's in your heart.
Okay, first off, I didn't know.
no, I don't believe the boys were there really alone all day. I don't. I believe Don was there.
How many sex offenders lived around me that were only 8 minutes from my property?
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Right.
Yeah, because the thing that Candace has always been, absolutely always been concerned with was S offenders. Yeah, because that's Don and Candace's thing. They've always been concerned about S offenders. I mean, they lived with 2 of Arkansas's most violent child RSOs that Arkansas has ever seen, which if you've missed that on my J for A channel, it is crazy who they used to live with. They used to live with Arkansas's 2 awful RSOs. One of the men messed with minors and wore a mask, and he threatened them, and he said that he was the boogeyman. He was known as the boogeyman. What do you mean, Mike? What do you mean, Mike?
And another, my daughter never goes out into the woods because we've taught her there's dangerous snakes, there's bears, there's packs of dogs, there's coyotes, there's everything magical out there in the woods that can hurt you.
Okay.
I've even taught my boys that.
Okay.
And I have never stressed that enough. I tell her that every day.
Right.
And she would never, ever go anywhere than that swing that's on that tree.
Okay. Yeah, tell me about that swing. Is that her favorite? I love those videos you put up showing her just having an absolute blast. That's a blast. You know, what about this call allegedly that Hunter says came in? Well, he said there was a call that Dawn made to you while you were in line at the prescription. Did that happen?
He called me and asked how everything was going.
Okay.
And how soon we were going to be home.
Okay. Hunter relates that he mentioned to you.
Not at all, Mike.
Dawn
Not at all.
Something about somebody around the property. Is that true?
That is so
Okay.
sorry to say, but that's a bunch of bullshit.
Okay. All right. Okay. So where is?
I don't need to get upset, but when something
you're
like that,
here's the good news. Okay, this is your daughter.
I know where my husband was.
Okay, but you have every reason. Don't apologize.
No, I'm just.
Okay,
don't apologize. Me so mad that
I mean, the fact that you're wearing mom patrol.
That somebody could stand there and lie.
Like you just did, Candace.
People lie
to law enforcement, to everybody. It makes me so mad that it just makes my blood.
Yep. Why would he call at 11:45 and say he was going to work late? See, he was home. He was home. Don was, in my opinion. And he says he was at work and he was going to work late. Well, he got his times mixed up. Does Trevor still cover Sean Williams? Trevor is no longer on YouTube. So, no.
Blood boil.
Right. So she disappears.
I don't know what else to say.
What are the possibilities in your mind? I know what your heart's saying. Your heart's saying she's with somebody right now.
I know.
How would we know how to connect that dot? You and me.
Well, like, for instance, that Dobbs guy that was supposed to be camping across at my neighbor's house.
Right.
He was there that same time. And then Tony Hammonds, whoever the hell he is, he was down through there.
Who was there when you got home?
There was nobody there. There was my mom mentioned the blue van across at my neighbor's house, but I just figured she had company.
Okay.
I didn't know about that was the guy that was trying to move in there. I didn't know that at the time.
Okay.
And so I didn't think nothing. I just figured it was the neighbors. I had visitors.
Okay.
You know, I didn't think nothing about that.
Hey guys, I've got to jump off here. I'm sorry. I want to stay longer, but I have to go do something. I will be back here in a little bit. Give me about an hour or two. I'll be back. We'll continue to chillax and talk about this because this is bringing back a lot of memories. Oh God. The Dobbs guy owned that property. Yeah. Jackie Dobbs had nothing to do with this. He's an old man. God, he just bought a property, didn't know he was going to be, living between, Don and Candace Wells and Jody freaking Sue and, all of that. So love you all. I appreciate you. I'll be back. Give me an hour, maybe hour and a half or so. I love you guys. I'll see y'all in a little bit. Okay. I apologize.